So, you're ready to make that next big jump in your career? Perfect! You are in exactly the right place. In this explainer, we're going to build a practical playbook, one that's packed with some of the most effective, career-defining leadership principles you can literally start using tomorrow.
Okay, let's kick things off by defining the single biggest threat to any ambitious leader or company: complacency. Jeff Bezos laid it out pretty bluntly in his 2016 shareholder letter. Day 2. It isn't just about things slowing down, it's the beginning of the end. It's the silent enemy that you have to fight every single day.
So, what's the antidote? Well, it's adopting a day one mindset. This is all about a culture of constant invention, of being agile and having this relentless focus on the customer. It's about keeping that same energy and dynamism of a startup, no matter how big your company gets. And this explainer, this is your guide to making that happen.
All right, so here's our roadmap for building out your leadership playbook. We're going to start by really understanding the enemy. Then we'll lock in our core mindset, get the right tools, figure out how to design our teams, and finally, we'll learn how to actually demonstrate these principles when it really matters.
First up, we've got to really understand what we're up against. And look, this isn't some external competitor we're talking about. This is an internal force, something that can quietly creep into any successful organization as it starts to grow.
So what does day 2 actually look like? Well, it looks a lot like this. As companies get bigger, complexity and bureaucracy, they can just grind innovation to a halt. You know the drill. Endless meetings to get everyone to agree, focusing on polishing what you already have instead of inventing something new. And worst of all, you start to lose sight of the customer. These are the big flashing warning signs.
Okay, so to avoid day 2, you have to build your leadership on a solid, unshakable foundation. And that foundation is made of core principles. Everything, and I mean everything, begins and ends with the customer. A true day 1 leader doesn't start with what a competitor is doing or some cool new piece of tech. Nope, they start with a customer problem, and they work backwards from there. Your number 1 mission has to earning and keeping their trust.
This next one is about radical accountability. Ownership. It means you think long-term. It means you never say, "That's not my job." You act on behalf of the whole company, not just your little corner of it. It's really about thinking like a founder, no matter what your job title is.
And this quote from Andy Jassy just nails it. Ownership isn't just a task you do, it's this deep-seated commitment. It means, yeah, you take credit for the wins, but you also embrace the failures. You dive into the details to fix the problems, showing you're personally invested in the company's success.
All right, so you've got the mindset down. Now you need the right tools, or as they're often called, mechanisms, to make high-quality decisions without losing that critical day 1 momentum.
This here is a super powerful mental model for making decisions. See, most decisions are what you'd call two-way doors. They're reversible. You can walk right back through if you don't like what's on the other side. For those, you use a simple process and you move fast. But a few are one-way doors. They're consequential and pretty much irreversible. Those demand slow, careful thought. The real secret to high velocity is just knowing the difference.
And to keep that speed up, you have to empower small, autonomous teams. The famous 2-pizza team rule is really simple. A team shouldn't be any bigger than what 2 pizzas can feed. This whole structure is designed to keep them agile, focused, and independent.
Yeah, this structure is basically designed to punch bureaucracy right in the face. It cuts down on all the communication overhead and just maximizes the speed of innovation. Small teams can experiment, fail, learn, and iterate so quickly. And that, right there, is the real engine of a day 1 culture.
Okay, this is where things get really interesting. We're going to borrow some powerful concepts from technical architecture to think about how we design and lead our own teams for resilience and, high performance.
So, in the tech world, these 6 pillars, this is what you use to build rock-solid systems in the cloud. But get this, they also work as a perfect metaphor for building a robust team and a great culture. Let me show you what I mean.
Take operational excellence. One of its core principles is to make frequent, small, reversible changes. Now, as a leader, what does that mean? It means you encourage your team to iterate quickly. Small changes reduce the blast radius of any mistake, which makes it way safer for people to experiment and innovate without being afraid to fail.
Or how about the security pillar? There's this idea of a strong identity foundation. For us as leaders, that's just a fancy way of saying we need crystal clear roles, responsibilities, and ownership.
When everyone on your team knows exactly who can make what decisions, you kill confusion and you empower people to act.
All right, let's bring this all home. Let's tie this all together with the single most important takeaway from our entire playbook.
This is the question, the one you have to ask yourself constantly. Because leadership isn't a destination you arrive at. It's not some title you get. It's a conscious choice. It's a relentless practice that you have to recommit to every single day. The playbook is in your hands. Now, go make it day one.